video I mentioned about this problem on the after I uh, completed one of the problem in the list. I just mentioned about this average time of process per machine problem. So this problem, there is a factory website that has several machines, each running on the same number of process. Write a solution to find the average time each machine take to complete a process. So there is two things. One is the start. There is an activity type. It is an enum. It's not a string, so it should have start or end. So one of the value will be start or end. So and it will be corresponding to machine and process ID. So from this one, what you can understand. So if a machine is equal to zero, process is equal to zero, it should have a start and there should be a timestamp. And the same machine, the process ID the same, and there should be an activity type timestamp. So basically, it's like a one table, two entries. That's the way. If you split this table, so how it will be? So there should be a machine and process ID and timestamp, and I can call it as a start process start table or something, and process end table the same. So if you have two table with this one, how you can solve? So you will get the start entry from one table, you will get the start end entry from the second table, and you take the average. So that's way. So if it is a machine zero, how you will take average? You will have multiple process. So you need to take average of multiple. So you assume it is in two tables, and for each process you have a start timestamp and end timestamp. So if it is in two tables, the things you need to do is you need to take the timestamp difference, that is the one process time, and you have multiple process for one machine, and you need to take the average. So basically it's a if because this only in one table, you need to do inner join. So if they are asking you to design a table, you can design it's a two table solution, but that's not a proper solution. But here they have already given you the table, so you need to find the solution. That's the thing. So in that case, you can think like that. So you need to take two data from the same table. So it's gonna be an inner join. That's the first understanding. Then what you will do? So I told you I need to take the average. I need to take the average only after finding the difference between start and end. So I need to find the start, I need to find the end. So how we can do? We can see. Let's see. So I will take the data from here and copy into our usual workspace. Then we can do the processing. So these things, comparing to other problem, a little bit tricky. So there are a lot of problems coming under the self join. So self join is very important because you need to know how we can do the self join, because the data, I mean, the data we need to self join is in the same table. So finding the right data is a little bit tricky. So anyway, you can do like this. The first step, in any case, you probably will do this. I will not ask you to do this in interviews, but yeah, but when you are preparing or we are doing some exercise, this is the best option. So you just run the select query first, then we will make the necessary changes. So the first thing I need to, from the start and end index, I know I have two entries in the same table. So I will create a activity E2. I will put an E1 here, and then what I am going to do, where cross, and I know the only difference between these two things is like, if I am doing the inner join, what will be the joining where clause. So E1 dot, so the first thing should be E1 dot machine ID. So that's a unique thing. Okay. So machine ID is a unique thing from that same table. So E1 I already given, D2 I'm going to given right now, and then what will be the next one? So E1 dot process ID also should be equal. So for each process it should be, I need only one entry, so that's also fine. And what will be next? So next, the question is going to the activity type. So how you need the activity for each inner join table? So for the E1, it can take the activity type as start, then E2 I can take the activity as need to set up that auto complete, then I don't have to type this much. Okay, so E2 dot activity end. So then what else we need? Right now we need to get the average. So these things are fine. So if you run this one, what's gonna happen? Nothing will happen. There is a probability you're getting some errors. That's fine. So we are not completed everything. So this is gonna, yeah, this probably is fine. So activity E1, E2, E1 dot machine, and E2 dot machine, E1 dot activity, E2 dot activity end. So I got all these things that I need. So the next thing is E1 dot machine ID. So that's the only thing I have common. Then I need an aggregator function. Before doing the aggregation, I need to group by, since I am using the machine ID there, I need to group by e1 dot machine id. That's the only unique thing. So I am duping all the um, this table with the machine id. So I got it. Then I need to put the round, and then inside that round is not necessary, but that's yeah, that's good to make it 3 digit or something. So right now they are asking for 3 digit. That's why I talking about 3 digit. Okay, timestamp, then e2 timestamp. That is the difference. Okay, e2 timestamp. This section is fine. The only section is how you will group these things. So how you will find the inner join and other things. That's okay. So right now we have some problem here. So activity is fine. Where E1 machine, E2 machine, and E1 process, E2 process ID, E1, everything is fine. Select E1 dot machine ID, round average E1 dot machine ID. So what is the error they are mentioning here? Unknown column E2 activity. So where I mention E2 activity, so there is an unknown column. Yeah, that's this one. So let's have issue that we face in initial step also. So right now you can see we got the result. So the first thing that you need to understand, what is the difference between, if you are doing the inner join, what is the difference between this, these two, E2 activity and E1 activity. Then so if you have five rows in one table and 5 rows in another table, if you are doing the inner join between the two, the rows will be the same, right? So the rows will be the same. Then you need to reduce one of the tables. Okay, so just imagine like this. So just imagine like this. Okay, so here I am discussing more about this because this is a basic thing. So if you understand this one, it's very good. So you assume this is the same table, right? So you assume the same table on the right side, left side on the same table. Okay. Then what you are going to do is, from the right side you are only taking the start ones. Okay, and the left side you are only taking the n1. So for better understanding, I will do one more thing. We don't have any issues here. We can do whatever we need because this is an easy problem, but sometimes we will solve. So this is the actual inner join. So you can see the start and on the both sides, right? And after that, what you are going to do is you are reducing this one. You are reducing this one into. So when in the initial stage, what exactly happening? Machine start process ID 0. It's joining into machine 0 and process ID 0. That's the only thing. Yeah. So 1.52. So before that one, let me run this. So here 0, 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 item on 0. Okay, and when you run only this one, when you run only this one, how many item you will have? So 4 item on zeros. When I run this, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How it's possible? So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the 0 itself. So what exactly happened? It's a cross join. So to make it correct, we need to run this one, start and end. If you are running start and end, you can see 0 machine, process ID 0. There is a start here, 0 machine, process ID 0. There is an end here. Okay. And the same way, 0 machine, process ID is equal to 1. Start here, 0 machine, process ID is equal to 1. End here. So basically, it's reduced to 1 per process ID. That's the exact thing we need. So we need to understand that. So each time if you are making this query, if you can run the query, it will be good. You will get a better understanding where you are. So this is fine. So after that, we are running this. That's it. So right now you need to understand the machine. If you use a group by here, what's gonna happen? So that's another thing. If you use the group by here, so every time the incremental approach is the best option. So why I am using event dot machine ID? So if I am using group by and event dot machine ID, I probably get only 0, 1, 2 because I have only 3 items on the machine. So and then if I am saying like I need to get I need to get start ID, even dot start ID, even dot start ID. Can I do like this? No, because it should come under, should be in the whatever you are using in the group by here. It probably it should be here, or you can use the average. So if I provide average here, average of my event dot start ID, this probably work. This probably aggregate function you can use, but okay, it's not working. Unknown column event dot start ID. So there is no start ID. So timestamp. So if you provide timestamp here, it's probably work. So you know that. I guess you know that. You know this thing. I guess you know this. Okay. What's happening here? So what I am telling you is this. So if you run without anything, without group by, you got 0, 0 process and other one. And if you are making group by employee ID, the first two will go to one group, the second two will go to the second group, and the third will go to the third group. You can see that. So you know that you can't see that if you put even dot machine id here. Okay, if you put even dot machine id, it should come here. Okay, so machine id, and if you just put constant, you will see that this should be 222. Okay, everything will be 2. Am I correct? Yeah. So for the machine id 0, I have 2 rows. For the machine id 1, I have 2 rows. So basically aggregate is working fine. So then for the machine id 0, you have 2 rows. You need to take the average of that. That's exactly we are doing here. So I am taking the round average of, after reducing this one, these two things. So there will be a question here. So can I do this thing here without average? Can I do these things? Even dot e2 times n. So right now you assume e1 is one side, e2 is another side. But we are not using any aggregate. Can we do this? No, because select list is not an active. Select is list is not in group by clause. That's I said. So if you need to do this, you need to have that in group by, or it should be an aggregate one. So that's all about the group by. So group by we need to understand very well for solving this, and also inner join where you will do. Inner join you can do by uh, incremental approach. So you are making a select query, you are doing some joins, then eventually you will find out. But the other things group by you need to understand. That also you can do incremental way. Like I said, you initially group by one thing, and you can use the count step to find all this one. So that's where we can see all of these things. So let me wrap up these things right now, because we already spent a lot of time on this problem. Only because this is an edge case problem. So in a join, you need to understand group by, you need to understand everything, you need to understand very well. Otherwise, you cannot solve this problem. So that's why we discuss so many things about this problem right now. So probably on next video we will go to some other problems, and eventually we are going to medium ones. So yeah, there are a lot of medium and hard difficulty problems here. So we'll go through one by one. So with we we are talking about the last time we discussed only the easy one. Right now we are just changing. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day.